So Melody, you've done a great job this month really of helping us understand where our United Way dollars go when we give. And you've done a great job of showing us all of those organizations in the community that benefit from United Way. What I understand is you went out and met with Casa, is that correct?
I did. I met with one of their board of directors who told me a story about one of their favorite children.
Oh, wonderful. And is that Anthony?
That is Anthony, yes.
So Anthony, for those that don't know, every year, Warren, we pair up with Casa at Christmas time and we help provide a movie and a gift for every kid that goes out to the event. So they get a Christmas gift. And Santa and the elf come out and visit. And Anthony, I'm very partial. Anthony is my favorite Casa kid. He thinks Santa is in a borrowed suit, but he believes that the elf is the real elf because it's the same elf that always comes out to visit every year. Well, let me read Anthony's story. It's a very touching story, and there's some PowerPoints that I believe they shared with you. We're going to share with the Warren family that really talks about Casa and what it believes in. As you can see from the pictures, Anthony's story begins on October 4th, 2008, when he was brought to the United Medical Center's emergency room for an insect bite. In a quick observation, the doctor soon realized this 5-month-old baby was a victim of child abuse, and the sheriff's department was called. As you can see in the pictures taken by the hospital, there were several signs that indicated probable child abuse, including bruising on the soft tissues of the stomach, bruising and teeth marks on upper right thigh, and apparent distress of the child. He was sent for further workup to include skeletal bone survey, which means x-rays of all the body parts, and a head CT. The skeletal survey showed recent fractures of both upper arms, older fractures in various stages of healing, including 2 bones of the right upper extremities, and old fractures in both lower extremities. In layman terms, he had fractures on both arms above the elbows, right arm fracture on his forearm, and old fractures on both legs, both above the knees and below. However, the broken bones did not concern the ER doctors as much as the results from the head CT, as it showed a possible subdural hematoma on the right side of Anthony's head, and for this he was flown to Denver's Children's Hospital. In the meantime, DFS was making calls to find a set of foster parents to care for this baby boy. He was going to need special care due to this multiple broken bones and head injury. They also inquired if the foster parents could go to Denver Children's Hospital, as he would remain there for several more days. DFS soon found a family that was willing to take on the task of caring for him, as they knew with all their support of the family and friends, they would be able to handle all the special care and love that would be needed in his recovery. The foster parents headed to Denver that night to meet the special boy they called Anthony. Upon arrival at the hospital, the foster parents were introduced to a timid, precious little boy that was going to need a lot of TLC. The nurses had taken very good care of him, and with one look from his big blue eyes, they were soon captivated by his charm. The following day, there was a meeting with Denver children's doctors, nurses, and the foster parents to go over the extent of all of Anthony's injuries. They explained that the feeding tube had been placed on him because he couldn't suck from a bottle, as the frenulum membrane between the upper gum and upper lip had been torn from him being force-fed. They were trying to get him to eat cereal from a spoon instead. They also explained, in addition to the reports from Cheyenne of 2 broken arms, various healing fractures on both legs, they also found additional fractures that were being questioned. The right side of fractures included ribs 3 through 8, an old spine fracture of L1 and L2, and they also were questioning a right foot fracture. However, there was good news as they found there was no subdural hematoma from another head scan CT. It was expressed how fragile Anthony was as they demonstrated how to pick him up or even move him. One hand between the shoulder blades and the other on his rump, keeping his back even at all times. The second day, his foster parents noticed improvements as he was now trying to drink from the bottle. Day by day he improved, and before everyone knew it, he was ready to be discharged and head back to Cheyenne to stay with his new foster family. October 20th marked the day he left Denver Children's Hospital on the road to recovery. After 2 months, his splints were removed and he was cleared by the doctors to begin his rehabilitation. If anyone's asking on how can you help with Casa to get involved, reach out to Melody. She's got more information on what Casa does if you're interested in being a foster parent. But remember, when you give to United Way or we help sponsor Casa, Those are great ways that other children like Anthony benefit and they get away from the abuse. Also, remember that if you want to participate and bring a toy in for the Christmas party that we have for them, go ahead and start bringing those in now. We'll collect them and use them at Christmas time and surprise a wonderful child.
That's right.
Well, have a great day, and we'll see you back tomorrow.